Hey guys, so we're going to be talking about the Marvel and Sony deal, Disney deal, yay! Alright, so as you guys might be able to tell, I'm a pretty big Spider-Man fan. I was very happy when Marvel was able to add Peter and Spidey to the MCU, and I was a naysayer at first. I will say that I was nervous. I was like, look, Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man movies are not great, but they're better than the unknown. But then that little angel, Tom Holland, walked onto the screen in Civil War and proved me wrong with his little angel perfection. And then Homecoming came out, and I loved that. And then Infinity War happened, and I cried deep tears that can be seen in my Infinity War review because I teared up again just talking about that scene. It's been a good run, and then I gotta wake up and see. I didn't wake up. It was in like the middle of the day. I had to turn on my computer and see this BS. So we're giving you guys the quick rundown here for some people who still do not understand how the Spider-Man deal works. It is still very confusing even to the general public, and a lot of this stuff might just kind of be like basic information thrown under the bridge. So a couple of days ago, the information broke that a deal between Disney and Sony could not be made to continue the partnership between the two in order to allow Spider-Man to continue operating in the MCU and to have Kevin Feige overseeing the production of the Spider-Man movies as directed by John Watts. So how this deal works is that back in the 90s, obviously you could not make a lot of money off of comic book movies. Marvel was kind of starting to go down in their financials in the 90s, so they started selling off the movie rights to some of their most beloved IPs, such as Spider-Man, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and so on and so forth. Fox picked up a bunch, like the aforementioned X-Men and the aforementioned Fantastic Four, and Sony, while they had the chance to buy, I think, all of Marvel for something around like $25 million, the rights to everything, they settled for just Spider-Man at $7 million. They had the exclusive rights to make Spider-Man movies for $7 million. Pretty great deal now. So with that, they made the 3 Tobey Maguire movies, the third one of which that they totally destroyed with their insistence on adding in characters that Sam Raimi had no interest in adding into his movie. Then, so that the rights didn't default back to Marvel, they made The Amazing Spider-Man, which, though there was some amazing on-screen chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, and that I like bad Spider-Man movies. That's the thing here, guys. I like bad Spider-Man movies too. I do. But either way, they make 2 of those, and then the same thing happens in the second one. Sony's insistence on adding in these characters that, like, the directors do not want to juggle, and their weird insistence on throwing in their own music artists in places where it just doesn't fit, made the movie that. And then the announcement started coming that, hey, Sony and the MCU struck a deal in 2015 that was going to allow Marvel to implement Spider-Man into their movies. And again, I was worried because I didn't know who we were going to get. We got Tom Holland, and it all worked out okay. And the deal there was something along the lines of, Sony foots the bill to make the movies. Marvel actually makes the movies, writes the movies, does all that stuff. The stuff that makes the movie actually successful. Marvel, Disney, they get to use the character in their movies. They get to make money off of like the toys that are associated with the movies, all that kind of merchandising stuff that they do. But then Sony takes pretty much all of the revenue from the film itself, except for like 5% on first dollar gross. That was the current deal. And then Marvel was like, you know what? We kind of want more. Can we get like 50 instead of 5? Can we add a 0? Which I can get, Marvel feels like they're doing all the work. Sony's just sitting there with that veto power, and that veto power more often than not just ends up being like, no, you can't use that villain. We want to use that villain. And obviously Sony was like, no, because like we like this deal better, and we make money, and people liked Spider-Verse, and Venom made money, so like we think that's okay. So I'm really upset. So then, the information leaked that, hey, the two are not coming to an understanding. Now, I actually believe that somebody at Disney or somebody involved with Disney potentially leaked this early so that you get that public backlash, because it doesn't matter how like in the wrong either party is. If people want Spider-Man to stay in the MCU, there's going to be the backlash no matter what. And that's where I come in. I was here for the memes. I was having a great time with it. I was all on the like frick you Sony train. And I'm not even saying that they're in the wrong. They're not like, I get where they're coming from, totally. I just don't want them to have access to that character ever again in the live action world. Like, yeah, like I've said for months that Spider-Verse succeeded despite Sony's involvement, not because of Sony's involvement. Amy Pascal, stop. Just Stop. Unless you guys are looking to hire or cast in a new Spider-Man movie, in which case, great job. So I am upset, but I do see this as a prime opportunity to put my name out there in the casting hat. You know, you guys, you've done Peter Parker a few times now. You've done Peter. You've done him to death. Why not Spider-Gwen? Why not me? And for those of you who are like, Mandy, your hair's red. Depending on the lighting, it looks a lot more blonde. They can color correct for that, and they can color correct it a little bit darker if they're looking for a not at all Mary Jane styled Mary Jane. I'm here for whatever. And I'll even be regular Gwen Stacy. If you guys don't want Spider-Gwen, I'll just be regular Gwen Stacy. You guys lost Emma Stone. You guys messed up. You lost Emma Stone. You can have budget Emma Stone instead. So basically what I'd like to say is Sony and Disney, you're both idiots, unless either one of you would like to bring me on board. Sony, if you're gonna go forward and make your own movies, why not me? Disney, I realize you have the world crop of actors to pick from, but it's nice to have obscure people sometimes. And look, Sony, I get it. You guys are probably thinking you don't need Marvel. You're just still gonna use Tom Holland. You're just gonna bring him over. You're gonna shove him into your Venom-verse, and everything's gonna be fine. Because in your mind, you made money with Venom, but you see, it made a lot of money, but it wasn't a good movie. Like, it was entertaining enough, and it was funny, but not in the way you wanted it to be. You know, I had fun watching it, but it was more in a way of, well, I'm sure glad that they don't have control over writing actual Spider-Man. Again, unless you're looking to cast, in which case, consider me. I'm a natural. I can do this from a chair. Imagine what I can do when I'm standing up. And Sony, I would just like to remind you that even if you use Tom Holland and you get your dream of integrating him into your Venom-verse, your villain-verse, whatever you're working on, you get your dream and you get Tom Holland in there, what are you gonna do with him without his entire cast of side characters? You can't use the MCU version of MJ. You can't use the MCU version of Aunt May. You can't use Happy. You can't mention Spider-Man. You can't mention the Avengers. What are you going to do other than continue the trend of ruining third installments of Spider-Man movies? But again, if you're interested in just starting fresh, I'm gonna show you. I know that Tom Holland was a big sell because he can do his own stunts. I'm just gonna show you what I can do. We got a little bit of a clip reel. We're gonna integrate some stuff from The Office. It's gonna be fine. I'm nimble. Can you even see me? Am I in frame? Can you see my hand? But you can't. Okay, look, I'm gonna let you know this was a lot more impressive because I was on top of a mini fridge, which is just unheard of, but like, look at me. Graceful. Graceful. Is it Amanda or is it Spider-Gwen? And that's right. I'll even be in your Venom-verse. I will. I'll do it. I'll suck it up. I'll be there. Nimble. It's like a jump and we go, whoa. Spider-Man. Here, I'm gonna recreate a little bit of Spider-Verse. Hey guys.
Wanda?
It's Gwen, actually.
Oh, you know her. Very cool.
I'm from another dimension. I mean, another other dimension. Could you even tell that I wasn't Haley Steinfeld? I think that's her name. Could you even tell? You couldn't. And look, I know some of you are watching who are like, you know what, if we wanted a live action Spider-Gwen, I think we've all, as a community, decided on Maya Hawke. You know, Maya Hawke, it's fine. I talked to Maya. She gonna be busy indefinitely. She's not interested. It's fine. I had a great, heart. She busy. Look, I even like your bad movies, okay? Like, I'm here to help. I'm just here to help you. We all just want the best. Spider-Man is for the people, man. He doesn't belong to you. He doesn't belong to Disney. He's for the people. My dedication to this is that I will just perch like this until you cast me. Or just fix things. Just put everything back to normal. And the world will not have to be subjected to this or me and the way that I am. But yeah, all jokes aside, this is just a really messed up situation that was bound to happen. Get it? You know, Disney's got this entire freaking monopoly on the world right now. They think they can, you know, I get it. You know, they're like, we're Disney. We're just gonna ask and you're gonna do it. And Sony's like, no. We bought this fair and square back in the golden ripe age of 1999. This is our $7 million cash cow. And I get that, Sony. I get that. But I'm gonna need whoever okayed the turd in the wind line, whoever's representing the mouse, just get in a room and just hash this out for the people. It's not about you. It's for the people, man. You're both making bank. You're both making bank. You both have so much to lose from this, but so much to gain if you can just get along. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'm only moderately joking about a casting call. I am 5'6" on a good day, 5'5" on a bad day. My hair color can be changed depending on your necessities. You know, I can be more fit than I am at this current stage. I have experience with doing my own stunts, like classically trained. I'm not classically trained. I'm cheap. You don't even have to pay me that much to get me to do this. But anyways, guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. I don't know, I just thought this would be more fun than just telling you about what's happening. But it's just a bunch of big old execs being greedy and denying the people what they need, which is good Spider-Man movies, because that's clearly the only problem in the world right now.
Over the last few weeks, fires have been destroying huge parts of the Amazon.
So have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later.